Advantage: the centralized handling of data provides an increased security. For example, password protection, ensuring that the data is only available to qualified individuals. Disadvantage: it runs the risk of a system overload. If many clients attempt to reach the shared network at the same time, there may be a failure or slowing down of the connection.
Peer-to-peer (P2p) architecture. Peer-to-peer architecture is a commonly used computer networking architecture in which each workstation or node has the same capabilities and responsibilities. It is often compared and contrasted to the classic client-server architecture, in which some computers are dedicated to serving others. Peer-to-peer may also be used to refer to a single software program designed so that each instance of the program may act as both client and server, with the same responsibilities and status. Peer-to-peer networks have many applications, but the most common is for content distribution. This includes software publication and distribution, content delivery networks, streaming media and peercasting for multicasting streams, which facilitates on-demand content delivery. Other applications involve science, networking, search and communication networks. Even the US Department of Defense has started researching applications for peer-to-peer networks for modern network warfare strategies. Peer-to-peer architecture is often referred to as a peer-to-peer network.
Advantage: there is no need for full-time system administrator. Every user is the administrator of his machine. User can control their shared resources. Disadvantage: security in this system is very less. Viruses, spywares, trojans, etc. malwares can easily transmit over this peer-to-peer architecture. Network topology: the physical arrangement of the cables, computers and other peripheral devices to form a network is known as a topology. Some of the network topologies are described here. Bus topology. Bus topology refers to a single cable that connects all the workstations, servers, printers and other devices on the network. The cable runs from one device to another by using T-connectors that plug into the network adapter cards. It is mostly used in local area networks, LANs. Advantages: it is easy to set up and extend bus network. Cable length required for this topology is the least compared to other networks. Bus topology costs very low. Linear bus network is mostly used in small networks, good for LAN. Disadvantages: there is a limit on central cable length and number of nodes that can be connected. Maintenance costs can get higher with time. It is not suitable for networks with heavy traffic. Security is very low because all computers receive the sent signal from the source. Star topology. A star topology is the most common type of topology used in homes and offices. This type of topology is where all the computers and devices on the network connect to a central device, thus forming a star. The central device that provides a common connection point for nodes on the network is called a hub. On a star network, if one of the nodes fails, only that node is affected. The other nodes continue to operate normally. If the hub fails, however, the entire network gets inoperable. Advantage: this topology is easy to understand. Its simplicity eliminates the need for complex routing or message passing protocols. Also, as noted earlier, The isolation and centralization allows it to simplify fault detection, as each link or device can be examined individually. Disadvantage: the primary disadvantage of a star topology is the high dependence of the system on the functioning of the central hub. Ring topology. In ring topology, all the nodes are connected to each other in such a way that they make a closed loop. Each workstation is connected to two other components on either side, and it communicates with these two adjacent neighbors. Data travels around the network, in same direction either clockwise or anti-clockwise. Advantages: even when the load on the network increases, its performance is better than that of bus topology. Each computer has equal access to resources. Disadvantages: each packet of data must pass through all the computers between source and destination. This makes it slower than star topology. Network is highly dependent on the wire which connects different components. Types of transmission channels. The medium used for transmission of data between the nodes in the network is called transmission channel. This channel can be wired or wireless.
Wired transmission channels. Wired transmission channels help in transmission of data over a wire-based networking. A few examples of wired channels are explained here. Coaxial cable. Coaxial cable is the kind of copper cable. It is one of the cheapest and the most commonly used wire-based networking. This type of cable is suitable for transmitting signal of low power over a small distance. They are widely used in small networks, cable TV, etc.
Twisted pair cable. Twisted pair is the ordinary copper wire that connects home and many business computers to the telephone company. Twisted pair cable consists of two independently insulated wires twisted around one another. The twisting eliminates hindrance of signals due to adjacent pairs or other sources. Fiber optics cable. Fiber optics cable has been replacing copper wiring to increase the speed of digital information transmission. These cables are bundles of extremely pure glass threads that have been coated in two layers of reflective plastic. A light source, typically a laser, switches on and off rapidly at one end of the cable to transmit digital data. The light travels through the glass process strands and continuously reflects off of the inside of the mirrored plastic coatings in a known as total internal reflection. Systems based on fiber optics can transmit billions of bits of data per second, and they can even carry multiple signals along the same fiber by using lasers of different colors. Wireless transmission channels. Wireless communication is the transfer of information over a distance without the use of wires. It is the fastest growing segment of the communication industry these days. The distance may be short, that is a few meters as in the case of television remote control, or long as in the case of thousands or millions of kilometers for radio communications. There are many types of wireless networks that make data communication possible, both over long range and short range. All of these networks operate at different frequencies. Some examples of wireless communication are remote of the electronic devices, cell phones, wireless networking, wireless computer devices like mouse, keyboard, satellite televisions. There can be various channels for wireless transmission. A few are explained here. Microwave. Microwave is the most commonly used wireless transmission medium, and is spread widely across the world. Most of the wireless access points and wireless devices work on microwave communication.
This communication medium is not only cost-effective but widely used in cellular communication as well.
Bluetooth. Bluetooth is another wireless communication medium operating over short distances. It can be found on the devices like mobile phones, personal computers, laptops, digital camera, MP3 players, headsets, hand-free kits, wireless keyboards and mouse. In Bluetooth technology, 8 devices can be connected to each other at the same time. Bluetooth uses the radio wave technology, which is not very expensive and has low power consumption. This technology is becoming popular because of its low cost and portability. Infrared. Infrared is one of the most primitive forms of wireless communication. It is basically suitable for short-distance communication. For example, television and a remote control connect to each other using infrared rays. Network and communications. Let's learn about advantages of computer network, disadvantages of computer network, types of network, basic components of a network, client-server architecture, peer-to-peer architecture, network topology, types of transmission channels. A computer network is a set of connected computers. Computers on a network are called nodes. The connection between computers can be done via cabling, most commonly the Ethernet cable, or wirelessly through radio waves. Connected computers can share resources, like access to the internet, printers, file servers, and others. A network is a multi-purpose connection, which allows a single computer to do more. Advantages of computer network. Networking of computers is a basic need of today's world. Let us study the advantages of computer networking. Speed. Speed is one of the advantages of computer networks, which enables users to share and transfer files within the same network and save time, while maintaining the confidentiality of the file. Sensitive files and software can be transferred on a network that is password protected to restrict access to unauthorized users. Save cost. Computer networks save a lot of cost for any organizations in different ways. Building up links through the computer networks immediately transfers files and messages to the other people, which reduces transportation and communication expense. It also raises the standard of the organization because of the advanced technologies that are used in networking. Security concerns. One of the major drawbacks of computer networks is the security issues that are involved. If a computer is a standalone computer, physical access becomes necessary for any kind of data theft. However, if a computer is on a network, a hacker can get unauthorized access by using different tools. In case of big organizations, various network security software need to be used to prevent theft of any confidential and classified data. Centralized software management. Software can be loaded on one computer, the file server, eliminating that need to spend time and energy installing updates and tracking files on independent computers throughout the building. Resource sharing. Resource sharing is another important benefit of a computer network. For example, if there are 12 employees in an organization, each having their own computer, They will require 12 modems and 12 printers if they want to use the resources at the same time. A computer network, on the other hand, provides a cheaper alternative by the provision of resource sharing. All the computers can be interconnected using a network, and just one modem and printer can efficiently provide the services to all 12 users. Disadvantages of computer network. The disadvantages of computer network are given below. If the server develops a fault, then users may not be able to run the application programs and chances of data loss are more. If the network stops operating, then the computers connected to the network cannot perform any operation and it will affect the whole network system. As traffic increases on a network, the performance degrades unless it is designed properly. It becomes difficult to manage as the number of computers increases on the network. Types of network. A network is a group of two or more computer systems linked together. There are many types of computer networks. Local Area Network, LAN. LAN supplies networking capability to a group of computers in close proximity to each other, such as in an office building, a school, or a home. A LAN is useful for sharing resources like files, printers, games or other applications. Most local area networks use Wi-Fi or Ethernet cables for connectivity between devices. LAN configuration consists of a file server. It stores all of the software that controls the network as well as the software that can be shared by the computers attached to the network. A workstation, computer connected to the file server, Mac or PCs. These are less powerful than the file server. Note: Mac stands for Macintosh and PCs stands for personal computers. Cables. It is used to connect the network interface cards in each computer.
Wide Area Network, WAN. This is another of the original categories of network, and slightly more complex in nature. WAN networks connect computers together over large physical distances, remotely connecting them over one huge network and allowing them to communicate even when far apart. The Internet is a WAN, and connects computers all around the world together. LANs connect to WANs, such as the Internet, using routers to transfer data and information quickly and securely. WANs are usually too large to be controlled by one administrator, and so usually have collective ownership, or in the case of the Internet, are publicly owned.
Metropolitan Area Network, MAN. A metropolitan area network is basically a bigger version of LAN and normally uses similar technology. It might cover a group of nearby corporate offices or it can be in a city. It can be private or public. Basic components of a network. To establish wired networking in a group of computers, we require the following additional components. Server. A server is a computer that manages the network resources, software and files. It is normally dedicated, that is, it performs no other task besides the allocated task. For example, a file server is a computer that manages storage and retrieval of files. A print server is a computer that manages one or more printers required in a network. Workstation. A workstation is a computer intended for individual use in a networking environment to other computers as well as to the main computer, that is the server. Network Interface Card. A network interface card, NIC, is a computer hardware component that allows a computer to connect to a network. NICs may be used for both wired and wireless connections. The NIC is also known as a Network Interface Controller, Network Interface Controller Card, Expansion Card, Computer Circuit Board, Network Card, LAN Card, Network Adapter or Network Adapter Card.
Transmission channels. Each computer in the network is interconnected with transmission channels. These channels can be wired or wireless. Data is exchanged between two computers in a network using these channels. The wired channels can be cables like twisted pair, coaxial, fiber optics, etc. The wireless channels can be through satellites using microwaves, radio waves, etc. You will learn more about them later in this chapter. Client-server architecture. Client-server architecture is defined as a specific type of a network which consists of single powerful computer acting as a server, usually connected to multiple computers called clients. One server generally supports numerous clients. The server has powerful central processors, more memory and larger disk drives than clients. A server device typically stores files and databases, including more complex applications like websites. The client contains the program, software required by the user according to its requirement. Network clients make requests to a server by sending messages, and servers respond to their clients by acting on each request and returning results. A client-server network can be utilized by desktop computers and laptops, as well as other mobile devices that are properly equipped. An example of client-server is when you want to know the status of your bank account from your computer. You send a request to a server program at the bank. The server reads the data of that specific account and sends the request back with the account details on the client machine.